Hey everybody, I'm back again with another anime review. I honestly forgot about this. The last animes I've been reviewing were like little episodes and like trailer type things. And I also reviewed the Jojo's Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency. And I forgot in that video that I said I was also gonna review Stardust Crusaders. I honestly forgot. So today I'm gonna be reviewing Stardust Crusaders. Now before I go on, there will be spoilers. So, if you've never seen the show, and if you don't want to be spoiled, don't be here. But if you honestly don't care, then, what, keep watching. Because in the end, it's going to be my opinions and stuff. But anyway, continuing off from Battle Tendency, it's like years later. Like, let me think. Joseph was 18 years old. It's been like 50 years later, I think. And Dio, I mean not Dio. They beat the bad guy. They beat Cars. They beat God Cars, the Almighty Cars, whatever the hell you want to call them. They beat the Pillar Men, the sexy Egyptian men. they Joseph met his mom. His best friend fucking died right in front of him. A lot of shit went down in Battle Tendency, and that's why Battle Tendency is always right now is still my favorite JoJo. But enough about Battle Tendency. Now it's time to kick it off with Stardust Crusaders. Stardust Crusaders, being the third JoJo in the series, takes place way years later, with our new character Jotaro Kujo, who is the grandson of Joseph Joestar and Suzy Q. Um, you know, after they beat Cars and stuff, you gotta think like, how are we gonna top Cars? Cause we had Dio. Dio was pretty fucking badass. Cars was a fucking Cars was incredible. And so like after Cars, how are we gonna top this? You know how we're gonna top this? We're gonna bring fucking Dio back from the dead. That's where we're gonna top this. Now a lot of you, if you've seen the first show, or if you haven't seen, like I said, it's gonna be spoilers. Pretty much in the first show, in Battle Tendency, Jonathan Joestar, beats Dio. He beheads Dio. Dio's head comes off. Everyone thinks Dio is dead. Jonathan's on a honeymoon with his wife. And I say honeymoon, even though I don't understand, because Jonathan in his series was 18, and when they were on the cruise ship, I think he became like 20, 21 years old. And well, let's just say he had sex with, you know, I honestly don't remember her name. But let's just say he had sex with his wife a lot of times, that she got pregnant really fucking early. But anyway, after Jonathan beat Dio's, he still survived. His last vampire slave brought his head towards Jonathan, and after Jonathan, put Dio in such a state, Dio found respect for Jonathan, that he said, for me to continue living on, I need a new body, and who else better than to take over your body? I want to take over your body because you're the only man on the planet that's ever done such a thing to me. And Jonathan tries to fight Dio, but like Jonathan's getting distracted. Dio's taking advantage of the distractions, and shit goes down. Jonathan stops Dio, holds Dio in his arms. He tells his wife to save this little girl because her parents died, and it was a baby like just laying there. And his wife escapes. Everybody on the ship dies except for his wife, pretty much. Dio's like telling Jonathan, like, though you don't want to die, don't you want to spend years with your wife? I can give you immortality. We can be immortal together. We can rule the world. You can be with your wife forever. And as Dio's continuing talking, he realizes that Jonathan is dead because Dio's how should you say? Dio's lungs, I guess you could call it, were linked up with Jonathan's lungs. And Jonathan was holding Dio's head. And before Jonathan eventually dies, he tells Dio, like, Dio, I'm starting to think that you're right, that our fates are intertwined, that, we're meant to be, like, one with one another. And, like, Dio just rambles on, like, how I can give you stuff beyond your wildest imaginations. And Jonathan eventually just dies, and Jonathan and Dio go up in flames. The ship sinks down, and his wife survives. And then bam, she gives birth to Joseph Joestar. I mean No, she doesn't give birth to Joseph Joestar. Let me think. No, yeah, she gives birth to George Joestar II. He marries the girl, the baby that Jonathan's wife rescued. And they get married. They give birth to Joseph Joestar. Everything else is beyond that. He defeats cars and all that crap. And then he has a daughter. Joseph has a daughter with Susie Q named Holly Joestar, who also has the Joestar mark. Another thing about the JoJo series, if you see a character with the Joestar birthmark, which is basically a star-shaped birthmark on their right side of the shoulder, I think, that means they're like a legitimate heir to the Joestar family, pretty much. Like, yeah, let's say I could be like a cousin to Joseph or Jotaro, but that doesn't mean I'll have the birthmark. You have to be like a legitimate heir to have the birthmark, pretty much. But now on to Battle Tenants. Now on to Stardust Crusaders. We start off the episodes with, Jotaro's mom, Holly, in the police station, like, oh my god, my son's in jail. What did he do? Did he kill somebody? Oh, I can't wait to see my baby. Thank God he's going to get released, because the police don't want him there. The police wanted to release him, but for some reason, he doesn't want to be released. He wants to stay in jail. Sorry. And as she's walking down the aisle of the prison cells, she's thinking of Jotaro when he was a baby, when he was a kid, when he became a teenager, when he started going to high school. Because I think Jotaro is 18 years old, 17 years old in the series. And she's having all these fond memories of him being like motherly, loving towards his mother. And then when she goes up to the cage, English or Japanese, he's going to say, shut the fuck up. He's gonna say, shut the fuck up, bitch. How many times do I have to tell you to stop yelling my fucking name? And as soon as he stops, she puts on a happy face and says, okay. And then the show just starts right fucking there. That made me laugh right off the bat. English or Japanese, that shit made me crack the fuck up. He just curses out his mom right fucking there. And, the opening just happens right there. But his mom's like, how come you don't want to leave jail? And he's telling his mom, like, stay away from me. I'm possessed by a demon. There's something possessing me. And like, if you don't believe me, check it out. He stands up. He takes the cop's keys from his, like, without even like moving a muscle, and the cop's keys just float in the air. And then Holly calls her dad Joseph Joestar, who's now 65 years old, I think, in the series. But, he's still buff, he's still strong, he's still athletic because, he has Haman. He has the sun energy of Haman. And if you don't know what Haman does, if you're a master of Haman, you can age up to like 60. You can be up to 60 years old, and you're still going to look like a 30-year-old. Because, your Haman makes you like fit as hell, pretty much. When you get up to like the 70s, that's when when you lose control of your hormone, and then your body starts to age like a regular person. But anyway, she calls on Joseph Joestar. Joseph brings along a colleague called Avdol, who is from Egypt, I think. No, Cairo. Yeah, Cairo, Egypt. And they both meet up with Jotaro. He tells Jotaro, "You're not cursed, 'cause look, I have the same fucking powers." He tells Avdol also has the same powers. Avdol summons his what they call a stand in the show. A stand is pretty much the physical manifestation of one's will. And the stronger your will, the stronger your stand. And to control your stand, you need to be in full concentration. So, if you gave Batman a stand, I'm pretty sure Batman would be like the ultimate fucking stand user. But anyway, Jotaro and Avdol fight, and shit goes down, and there's a reason why Joseph came to see Jotaro, because a enemy from a long time has arisen. Dio, like I said, is back from the fucking dead. How? Nobody knows. Apparently, while Jonathan was hugging Dio's head in front of the coffin that Dio stuck a board on, there was a secret compartment in the coffin. Now, you gotta remember, before the ship sank and burned, Jonathan's wife jumped into the coffin. Even though they don't show it in the show, even the creator says it. The creator herself says it, that his wife jumped into the coffin, closed it because the coffin was so strong. The coffin was built to design, was built to survive even a blast from dynamite. So she survived. She climbs in, and apparently there was a secret compartment inside the coffin that Dio slipped inside of with Jonathan's body, and then Dio basically slept for 100 years, pretty much. Dio basically slept for 100 years because he was battle damaged, and at the same time, his head had to adjust to Jonathan's body. And Dio's back from the fucking dead. These stupid ass fishermen find his coffin. They're like, "Oh man, there's got to be gold in here or something." They open up the damn coffin. Before they open up, one of them's like, "Hey, you hear that?" But as soon as he says that, he opens them up, and they all die. Dio's back from the dead. He's taking control of Jonathan Joestar's body. And so you now have a villain who is immortal, has 100 years of knowledge, and is buff and strong as shit. And he was also pierced by an arrow that creates stands. So he got pierced by an arrow that creates stands, and considering he's in Jonathan's body also got a stand because Dio got his own stand and Jonathan got his own stand, which is the very first version of Hermit Purple. And considering it's Jonathan's body, all his ancestors also got a stand. So Lisa didn't get a stand. If George Joestar would have been alive, he would have gotten a stand. Joseph Joestar got a stand. Holly Joestar got a stand, and Jotaro Kujo got a stand. Now, like I said, it takes a lot of willpower to control a stand. So pretty much the main objective of the show is to go find Dio and kill him, because Jotaro's mom, Holly, gains a stand, but she doesn't have enough power to control the stand. She doesn't even know that she has a stand. She doesn't even know what the hell's wrong with her. All she thinks is that she has some type of disease that is killing her, pretty much. And the only way to get rid of it is to kill Dio himself. Because Dio is able, since Dio's in Jonathan's body, he's able to control her stand, kind of. And so pretty much the gang, they begin to pack up for Egypt, and I'm not gonna explain anymore because I'm getting really too deep into it. Stardust Crusaders being the third JoJo thing in the series, I gotta say it was pretty okay. I still say Battle Tendency is my favorite. A lot of people say Battle Tendency is their favorite, which I agree because I do like Battle Tendency a lot. It was funny, it was action, it was awesome. Stardust Crusaders season 1 and season 2, it was alright. It was an alright show. I do like the stand powers. Some of the stands are really over fucking powered. And then the stand gimmick continues until who knows? Because right now the Jojo series is still going with Jojo Jolene, and they still have stands in there. So a lot of shit's going on with the stand, and a lot of stands are really over fucking powered. There's honestly not much I can say about the show. I do like the fact that Joseph Joestar is back. As soon as I saw Joseph Joestar, I was like, oh man, he's fucking back. The man with a plan for everything. He's back in action. He looks old as shit, but he looks fucking fit. His wife's in the show. A lot of tiny cameos in the show, and a lot of references in the show. They reference Speedwagon, because Speedwagon's dead. He's old. He was dead. His mom, Joseph Joestar's mom, doesn't appear, but she is alive in Stardust Crusaders. She is alive. She's in her late 50s, and she married a movie star. And then in the new one, Diamond Unbreakable, she died pretty much of old age. Yeah, there's honestly not much I can say about Stardust Crusaders. Well, okay, there actually is a lot I can say about Stardust Crusaders. Let's go on with what I always do. The good and bad things I like. The good and bad things about Stardust Crusaders. The good thing, I do like the fucking powers. The stands, like I said, the stands are really fucking unique. I love the designs of the stands. I love their abilities. A lot of them are really over fucking powered. And, the show just makes the stands look really great. Another good thing is that, Dio, this is I'm just gonna say right now, this is the last time we ever see Dio in an anime and in the manga. The only time he ever appears again in the manga is in Jolene's manga, where one of the bad guys, flashbacks to being friends with Dio and shit, which is really shocking because Dio doesn't like being friends. The only time we ever do see Dio again is in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven, where it has its own original story. Well, no, it doesn't have its own original story. Basically, Eyes of Heaven is using the story from Jolene's manga, but adding a little twist. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I will be getting that game and I will be recording that game, so I'll say more when I do get that game. What else? What else? I did like Dio in this fucking anime. Dio, Dio Brando. Well, in the first JoJo, he's considered Dio Brando. Okay, that's his full name. And then in this JoJo, he's just considered Dio. Like, they never say his last name ever again. He's just considered Dio and all that stuff. And I gotta say, Dio in this anime was just like... Dio, in my opinion, has to be the ultimate anime villain. Well, one of the ultimate anime villains. Because even though he's dead, he's gone for now, he's caused such an impact on the show that, ever since the Vampire Mask in the first JoJo, people were hunting down more Mask in the second JoJo, and then in the third JoJo he comes fucking back to life. Then in the fourth JoJo, shit goes down because people are trying to become powerful like he was. Then in the fifth JoJo, it turns out while Dio was in control of Jonathan's body, Dio had, I think, 4 kids. 3 of those kids turned out to be evil like him. One of them only turned out to be good. One of them turned out to be good and inherited the will of the Joestar birthmark. And then in Jolene's manga, Dio left such a impact on the series that every bad guy is pretty much influenced by him. Now, I know you're going to say, what about Diavola? Because without Diavola, Dio would have never got his stand. I'm not going to, go into that because I don't read mangas like that. I did read the Giovanna manga, the Vento Aurore manga. I did read it. But I'm not going to talk about mangas because then honestly it would be too long. If obviously they're going to make an anime adaptation of all the mangas because by the time Jojo Jolene finishes, I bet it's gonna have another manga, and it's just what else can I say? It had a satisfying ending, I will say that. And overall it was okay, but Battle Tendency is still my favorite. Now the bad things, this isn't really a bad. Well, okay, let me leave what I'm gonna say for last. The bad things I have to say is some of the fights are really great, but a lot of the fights are really fucking short. Cause there's some of those plot important fights that last for a couple episodes, but then there's some of those random ass fights that are just 1 episode long and then bam, that's it. And then there's those 2 episodes that involves the twin brothers and their stupid little scheme. And then you got Whole Horse and the younger brother. Those 2 episodes I didn't really enjoy. Those 2 episodes, honestly, I felt like they were just wasting my time. I don't know if those 2 episodes were filler or not, because honestly they felt like they were filler to me. What else could I have to say? Well, okay, this isn't really a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. Throughout the JoJo series, and it still continues till this day, there is a lot of animal cruelty in the JoJo series that I even looked it up myself. Why the fuck does the creator, bully animals so hard in this series? And surprisingly, it was a long time ago, one of these people asked the creator himself, herself, I don't remember what gender the creator is, but one of these people that interviewed asked the creator himself, do you not like animals, or do you like animal cruelty? And the creator had this to say, no, I love animals. I have pets of my own. It's just the reason why a lot of animals get bullied into get bullied in the JoJo series is because if you see a guy, like for example, in the first episode of the first JoJo, you see Dio kick the shit out of Jonathan's dog, and the creator basically says if you see a person, you know, abusing an animal, doing horrible things to an animal, that makes the reader and the viewer hate that character even more because that character is supposed to be a villain. Which I understand where you're getting where you're coming from, but I mean you're going a bit too far on that. But that's honestly all I gotta say for Stardust Crusaders. There's not really much to say. Don't get me wrong, I did like the series, but again, Battle Tendency is still my favorite. And I do like the JoJo series. I even read the Vento Ori manga, the Jolene manga, and that's it. I haven't read the alternate universe manga. I haven't read the JoJo Jolene manga because I honestly don't really want to. And I'm still watching the new JoJo, Diamond is Unbreakable. So, I do like, I'm a fan of the series, and I see why a lot of people out there do enjoy the series. It's very funny and cool at the same time. Would I recommend this series to you? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Because if you got nothing to watch, like if you're watching new animes, and if you can't wait for that new fucking episode to come out, just, go on the internet, go on Hulu, somewhere, and watch JoJo. I totally recommend it to you guys. Now, this is the last time you're going to see me review anything JoJo until, Diamond is Unbreakable is finished. So, the next time we meet, I'm probably going to review something else anime related or, maybe do more walkthrough videos or whatever. So, until then, I will see you all next time, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye!